From your fryer to the table, it's a quick trip for crispy fries. But how about a crosstown delivery? McCain SureCrisp fries are designed to go from fryer to container to carrier to passenger seat across town during rush hour down a shortcut that wasn't all that short to a doorstep before they hit the table. And that first bite, the crispiness speaks for itself. To the last bite, McCain SureCrisp fries. Go the distance. See how far our fries can take your business at surecrisp.com/delivery.
A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And we're back, John, here on Katz and Cosby. New Treasury Secretary, of course, picked by President Trump, has to go through the nomination process. What did you think of the choice, John? What did you think of Scott Bessent?
Our friend Alexandra has been pushing that, and I always respect Alexandra.
Me too. She said he's terrific.
He said he's terrific. I met him once. But I don't know. Let's see what Charlie Gasparino has to say.
Yeah, go woke, go broke. Charlie Gasparino, what's your reaction to Scott Bessent as the Treasury Secretary pick? There was a lot of back and forth, which we talked about on the show, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice fight. I don't know. I wrote a whole recap on how the whole thing has hurt Howard Lutnick's standing because he went for it. The job itself, he was head of the transition team. Full disclosure, I've known Howard. I actually like him. But he kind of hurt his standing by being so aggressive in trying to get it. And then, what the Bessent people believe that he badmouthed Bessent, which held up the selection process for a while. Be that as it may, I think Bessent is good. I mean, he understands markets, which is necessary for a Treasury Secretary. He understands the debt problem, again, necessary for the Treasury Secretary. He definitely understands the hole that Janet Yellen, the outgoing Treasury Secretary, did when she literally papered over the budget deficit with short-term notes, just kept rolling them over instead of locking in at longer rates. Now, she did that because, guess what? She didn't want to raise 10-year rates, which would have crushed the stock market during an election year. Trust me, the people. This is one of the biggest problems fiscally that the Treasury Secretary is going to face, is this sort of debt management issue that could have an impact on interest rates. He understands that. And, what's good about it is, he's definitely on board Trump. I mean, listen, Trump needs people in his cabinet that are on board with MAGA. And if they're not, they shouldn't be there. It's just he can't – I don't think he should be dealing with people like Rex Tillerson, who are just not supporters. You know what I'm saying? And all these generals that kind of were backstabbing him. I mean,
we talked about it. Peter King, and we're still trying to convince him. January 6th was that those generals didn't send in those troops.
Yeah, the 10,000.
I'm not defending the generals. I'm just saying Trump should have done more. That's all.
Charlie, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
Sorry, Charlie.
Well, I mean, January 6th wasn't a good look. Let's face it.
Now,
I'm not going to go there, but I mean, he does take that out of the equation. Trump still saved us from Armageddon, in my view. Just based on you look at every. By the way, John, you look at every cabinet post. Put those up against the clown show you had with the Biden administration, from Mayorkas, who just was fumbling and allowing people just jump across a river, a stream to get into the U.S., to, the Health and Human Services Director that was normalizing transing of kids, to, Janet Yellen, who still thinks that inflation was transitory. I mean, the defense guy, Lloyd Austin, who, botched the Afghanistan withdrawal in just one of the most embarrassing spectacles in U.S. history. I mean, this is one stupid. Pete Buttigieg, who was on paternity leave during the
3 months in the middle of a crisis.
And the backlog, the crisis that led to inflation. These people are imbeciles, and they're being replaced by, I think, really smart people. By the way, who's the head of the education department? I don't even know. The guy from California, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
he was the former AG of California. I forget his name. I mean, he's a woke lightweight joke.
Right. We had to think about who it was because that's how important he is.
No, it's a Secretary of Labor, I think was.
No, it was. I thought it was Health and Human Services.
Yes, Javier Becerra.
It was Health and Human Services. He was a congressman with Peter King, and then he became Attorney General. And it's not Peter King's fault.
Right.
It isn't?
No, 1 second, guys. I want to, Trump told Powell to go fly a kite, but he says, I'm not leaving. He says, Trump says, I got your replacement ready for you already. Where are we?
Well, it's going to be not easy to get rid of him because it's the most independent of all these agencies. Like the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, could theoretically pull something like that, and Trump could do a recess appointment and paper him over and lock him out of the building and not give him computer access. I mean, there's stuff that he could do to make his life miserable. Powell, it's a little more difficult because remember the Federal Reserve was created in I think 1913 by Congress as a quasi-independent agency. President approves it. Congressional nominates, Congress approves, and he's got a set term limit, which is done in 2 years. But Trump could make his life miserable for him. I mean, remember when Jerome Powell started raising rates a couple of years, I think it was 2018, 2019, and the market started selling off. Trump went ballistic on Twitter and embarrassed the guy into stop raising rates.
And the guy says, you're not going to do that to me again. Well, guess what?
Oh, yes, you are.
Trump is going to cut his throat and cut his throat in Macy's window.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be brutal. Jerome Powell, I don't think he's got the cojones to stand there when Trump tortures him, and I think Trump will probably sue and do stuff to try to By the way, the Fed needs to be less independent, and here's why: as its independence, it caused inflation. I mean, who are these guys? These guys printed money like crazy and gave us half of the problem with inflation was on Jerome Powell's doorsteps. He should have stopped printing money when the economy was clearly recovering. Biden was the other half. He kept spending money in an expansion, which is stupid.
Yep.
And both of them together, a tag team of morons, screwed up the American working class.
It screwed the entire American people. Thank you so much, Charlie, and let's catch up soon. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, my friend.
Thank you.